Okay. You're doing your exponential function. We'll fill it in here. Oh, so it's an exponential function. Okay. So if I'm substituting, they ask for let x equal, right, -2. So what's f of x? So what is f of -2? 2, -2 plus 5. If you have a calculator, you can just hit base, and then it's this button here with the little square, that. And then you would type -2, and then click out to the right, plus 5. And so I get 21/4. Sometimes students will be extra and they'll put little parentheses here, and you still get 21/4. So just as you guys move on, like you go to pre-calc, calc, whatever, you'll learn, like especially with your calculator, some calculators are really, really sensitive. The more expensive you spend on a calculator, the more expensive the calculator is, the more it assumes for you. The cheaper the calculator, you usually want to put more and more parentheses to really show the grouping. Okay, this thing's like $15, so it's not going to assume for you. All right, but in this case, we got the same answer. Okay, if you guys want to know how we got that, okay, do you guys know if you have 2 to the -2, that's a negative exponent? Do you guys remember how to make it positive? Huh? You can't just make it disappear. You gotta do something.
Two negatives?
No. Anyone? Usually someone already, someone usually knows.
Do you have to do something with an eye?
No, we're not in imaginary yet. No eyes yet. Just flip it. Right? So if I take this to the bottom, yeah, it's positive. So how do you make, right, you guys remember your exponential properties? How do you make an exponent become a positive exponent? Reciprocal it. So how do I make 2 to the -2 positive? It's now 1/2 squared. So then this becomes so then what's 2 squared? Huh? What's this? 4. And then plus 5, right? Okay, so I want like, right? Denominators, right? Same denominators. So if I want to make this, because right now it's a 1, right? If I want to make it a 4, what do I do? What do I introduce? A 4, and I top and bottom, right? Multiply. And so what's 4 times 5? 20. And then what's 4 times 1? 4. And so what's 1 plus 20? Yeah, I was about to say 21. I was going to give you the answer. And so that's why the calculator is giving you 21/4. So you're welcome to do it by hand. You should always know how to do it by hand. You should always know how to not do it on just the calculator. If all you have is calculator knowledge, you don't have mastery. You should always know how to clean it up by hand. Right? And so there's just these little properties that, and we go over exponential properties in here. So, you know, you guys are off of summer, but you guys are actually good with this. Okay, so we get 21/4. We're going to have to plot a graph. So obviously, I don't want 21/4. So what is it as a decimal? See those 2 orange buttons, the one up above it, SD? It goes from scientific to decimal, 5.25. Scientific, decimal. So when you guys are quizzing and you're like, oh wait, how do I change it from a decimal to a fraction? Then I'm like, I know you never touched the calculator. The person next to you did, because it's literally above the big orange button, and you just click it and it goes back and forth. Okay. All right. So this is 5.25, and then if you just go back and change that to a 1. right? And then change it to, and then hit equal, and then change it to a 0, and hit equal, right? Okay, so go through and fill out that table, and then we'll plot the points. Yeah? Okay, and I know they're decimals, so your graph is going to be about. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, let me stop the video really quick.